Hi guys, my name is Pavan and welcome to my YouTube channel buildingyourdreams.com. So today I'll be just teaching you how to score excellent marks in English. Why? Because if you have normal tricks to crack this English exam, it'll be really easy for you to write. It will be really easy for you to understand certain concepts and understand in a little more efficient manner. Why? Because English is an easiest language compared to all other subjects. English is really easy and you can easily score 100 out of 100. As well as if you just keep your heart and soul, it's surely possible that you can get excellent marks in English. But there are few techniques and tricks which you're supposed to follow. And for all those students who are just watching this video in the last moment while studying, in case they have not studied much for this entire year, and only like people who are studying only at the last 1 month before the exam or 10 days before the exam, this video is going to create a really very big impact for you guys. So guys, now let's get started. So in this video, I'm just mainly focusing on how to crack your 1 markers, plus how to score in your 6 markers, 4 markers question, plus how to crack the grammar mean. So this video is basically divided into different parts. As being said that, I'll be starting with the 1 markers. In this video, it's just an introduction. I'll be just saying you how it will be very easy for you guys to crack in different mains. So for example, if it's from the first main, that is answer the following in a word, a phrase, or a sentence. So normally you'll have 12 questions. So each question carries 1 markers. So every question is basically collected from it's been taken from each chapter. So there are overall 14 chapters for your English. So from each chapter, each questions are basically taken. So I've just taken a question paper, sample question paper, for such a reason that it will be very easy for you to understand. So as you know that there are 14 chapters. So all the 1 markers are basically taken from these 14 chapters. So for example, if you want to see when according to Juliet would Romeo make the face of heaven so fine. So this is from the first chapter. Similar way, mention one of the taxes imposed by the king of Monaco, second chapter. So all these 12 questions are basically taken from all the 14 chapters. Basically it's certain 2 chapters is basically rejected, and that particular 2 chapters have been included in further in your 4 markers and 6 markers. But I would just want to give you a hint that in this 12 markers, in case if you're not able to read entire textbook and for you guys to grasp in a certain fast manner, I'm just giving a shortcut method, is that just go through different question papers. At least if you're able to cover more than maximum of 12 to 15 question papers, that's more than enough, or even 10, that's more than enough. Just go through the question papers. So if you just cover up 10 question papers, that's enough, that's more than enough. It will be very easy for you to crack this all this 12 questions. So this is basically for 1 markers. Please don't leave this 1 markers, because 1 markers, even though you have huge English, as you know that we just have 3 hours for writing an exam, so but your crucial time is just 3 hours. If you want to complete in a little more efficient manner, you have to just complete all your grammar first, or your 1 markers, then enter into the question mark, then enter into the question answers which contains 4 markers or the 6 markers, 4 markers or 6 markers, because 1 markers can fetch you a lot amount of marks. As being said that, now let's get started. So first one, focusing on this entire concept, that's from question number 1 to 12. It's very easy for you. Just go to 10 question papers, past 10 question papers. You may just take any sample papers, or I just prefer you guys just go through any previous year question papers. It can be 2019, 2018, or any kind of question papers. Just go through it, but make sure you just cover 10 papers, 10 to 12 papers. That's more than enough. As well as the next concept is about second main, that is answer any 8 of the following, choosing at least 2 forms from the poem in a paragraph of 80 to 100 words each. So normally over here you'll be having a set of 10 questions. Yes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions, overall 10 questions. So basically over here in my next video, I have decided in a certain manner that I will just take a question bank or question papers, sample question papers, collective question papers, which will highlight all the 1 markers. So we'll be going chapter wise. So once when I go chapter wise, it'll be a little more easy for you guys to understand in a little more easier manner. As well as looking at over here, first of all, you can see that from the first chapter, for example, if I'm just taking my part 1 video, my next part 1 video will be about the first chapter. So in that first chapter, how will you be able to crack this 1 markers, plus how easily can you attend the first 4 markers question. For example, here it is like, how does Romeo glorify Juliet's beauty? So how does Romeo glorify Juliet's beauty? We can also understand that, just understand the entire, for example, if you're not able to grasp the entire textbook, or if you're not able to understand each line by line, at least try to understand the summary. If you're able to understand the summary, you can write this, you can attend this question in excellent manner. As a result, that you can even get 4 markers. Okay, so this will happen in all these 10 questions. So at least you are given a choice in which at least you can just select 8 questions, any 8 questions at least, in which includes 2 poems. So I'm advising all my students to just focus on the poem more. Okay, you have at least more than 3 to 4 poems in this in your entire English syllabus. So I request you all the guys to kindly focus on the poem. Please study the summary. Why? Because when you're studying a chapter, it's very important for you to understand each and every concept detailedly when you're studying a chapter. Whereas in a poem, if you understand that summary includes all the elements. So just imagine in this chapter itself, if there are 3 to 4 poems for example, you're attending in this, it'll be very easy for you to get full marks. So it's not like chapters. So I'm just focusing you guys, just saying you guys, focus on first 4 chapters. I'll be saying the tricks a little more easy way. First, for example, if it's Romeo and Juliet, just focus on it more because it's very easy chapter. Romeo and Juliet, Monaco, Two Dear, it's very easy. Plus On Children, it's a poem chapter. As well as after this 3 chapters never leave it. Okay, because these 3 in our entire English syllabus, these 3 are one of the easiest chapters. As being said that there are other poems also. For example, I can give you an example. Heaven if you're not on earth. So you can just even select this one. So basically all the poems, any chapter which is related to the poem, please do attend it because you can get full marks. Next one is your 6 markers. 6 markers. Normal concept is that comparing to all the question papers released by PO board, you can see that in any of these 6 markers, there'll be 3 questions given, and 1 question will usually include a poem. That's natural concept. So make sure that you be prepared with the poem. Okay. So if you understand the summary of the poem, please do write the poem summary. And for 4 markers, there's a strategy to be followed. 4 markers, 1 full page. The answer should be there. That's a normally when teachers correct, their strategy of correcting is that if you are written your answer into 1 full page, normally they give 4 markers. That's normal strategies which teachers follow. So make sure for 4 markers you are at least write half a page of this much concept, half a page. And for 6 markers, make sure you write 1.5 page. That's more advisable. I'm just repeating once again. For 4 markers, just write half a page of 1 full page. And for 6 markers, repeating, just focus on 1.5 page. Try to complete the answer 1.5 page. Your 6 markers should include basically your introduction and what that exact question refers to, and then the conclusion. That's very important for 6 markers. Whereas 4 markers, just try to bring a small amount of introduction because you have 1 full page, right? Try to bring the introduction and write what are the concepts you know in the chapter, or what is related to that particular chapter or that particular story or poem. Refer to that and please do write it. And next one is your other grammar portion. So please trust me, your English, which is of 100 marks, 50 marks is basically devoted, yeah, I can say it is basically devoted to the grammar portions, whereas remaining 50, it is basically devoted into your 1 markers, your 4 markers, and basically your 6 markers. So make sure you attend the grammar at very important peak time. Normally any teachers, we do advise, so whenever I teach for my students, I normally say that just focus on your grammar more. Why? Because instead of sitting and writing all the question answers from 1.5 page, or if you do not understand the concept, if you know the grammar very well, if you score very well 50 marks, it is sure that the first impression, for example, if you're writing first itself the grammar at 1 markers, so normally it's like 60 marks, 62 marks. First of all, if you cover this much concept, the teacher will have a very good impression while correcting the paper, right? So after that, if you're continuing with your 4 markers or 6 markers, teacher will have a very good impression. They'll be keeping on correcting. So normal psychology says that, so first impression of correcting, for example, first impression you have written everything is correct, so the teacher wouldn't be having an intensity of putting wrong anywhere. Because if you just keep on following that strategy of writing an exam, that will be really useful, that will be really wonderful. As being said that, focusing on next one, and next one is passage writing. I've just taken a sample passage over here for you guys to just understand. So this passage is basically about the Western Ghats. So normally after the passage writing, normally we advise for students in a first important concept is that just read the questions first. Any passage, for example, it can be your English, Kannada, French, Hindi, any language, read the questions first. Normally read the questions first, then you read the passage. At least try to read it twice, read it in your mind. So when don't read it from your mouth, why? Because it takes much time. Just read it from your mind first, glance it, just repeat it twice or thrice, just repeat the question, then you read it. So you'll just get connected fast. Okay guys, you'll just get connected to it fast. So first of all, just look at this. So each concept, when you read a question, just when you're going into the para, right, just try to analyze it. Okay, I've read it. Or if you're not getting any particular answer, for example, where do the Western Ghats end? So if I'm not getting this answer anywhere, if I'm not getting connected to it, just see the key points. Just see the key point and just see where else it is related in this particular type of paragraph, and just write that entire concept it away. Okay, but please don't leave this main. It's really easy. It's really easy for you guys to get 10 marks. So please don't leave this main. Passage writing is really easy. And next one is choose the right word to form a meaningful sentence. So yeah, so it's basically in your passage writing, one of the extra questions, that's a JH question. Use a prefix form, the antonym of the word cover. Just uncover. The answer is uncover. So basically don't leave this answer. It's also very easy concept. It's not there in this entire passage, but normally an extra question is asked in the paper. It's just basically to check your grammatical skills. And next main is it's your 25th question. It's basically about, they'll be giving a small poem, and you're supposed to answer this question. Trust me guys, passage writing, this poem is really easy for you. It's if you just go through 2 to 3 papers, no, it'll be really a cakewalk for you guys. Trust me, it's going to be truly a cakewalk for you guys. But make sure you guys go through it. It's very important that you go through it. Okay guys, and please don't leave this mains, because students normally, any students, for example, it can be toppers or normal students, they every time focus on these portions, such a reason that they can get out in this portion. First of all, I'll just give a sample for this main. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So this is the poem. You understood the poem. So where did the two roads diverge? It's a normal concept. You can understand that the two roads diverged in the yellow woods. It's mentioned in the first line. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So as soon as you read the question, you'll get connected to it fast. The word both in the second line refers to, and sorry I could not travel both. Both is nothing but roads, because this entire poem is basically about road. And then the third question is, what did the traveler do when he came across the two diverged roads? The simple answer is that he stood for a long time and looked down as far as he could. He stood there for a long time and looked down as far as he could. Simple concept as that. And next one, complete the following by filling in the blanks using the right form of the verb given in the bracket. So you're supposed to complete the following. You're supposed to complete it by filling up the blanks. That particular blank is supposed to fill it with the right form of verb. Okay, so the kingdom, for your example, the kingdom neither had a guillotine nor an executioner, therefore a council was called. It was decided to write a letter to the French government. The letter was sent. So make sure you just have a very good flow with the verbs, or in case if you do not have much knowledge about this grammatical skills, but please go through 10 to 12 question papers. You'll just understand a constant flow about how these questions are. You'll just get connected to it fast. So this is how it follows. And next one, report the following conversations. Report the following conversation. So basically over here, it's basically about your reported speech, and it's very important for you to tackle this 27th question. You must know 3 important things. You are supposed to convert into the past tense. So basically not past tense, I mean like first they are mentioned of Don Gonzalo. I am fond of good verses. I composed some in my youth. So it's like this. Don Gonzalo said that he was fond of good verses and he had composed some in his youth. So you're basically saying out something which had happened in the past in the present form. It's something related to that, as well as it's very important for you to understand even the reporting verbs. Okay, said that. It's very important for you to know all these reporting keywords, plus pronouns. You must be very well versed with the pronouns. Please go through 10 to 12 question papers. You'll get connected to it fast. I'm just giving a rough idea on how to tackle this exam English paper. So that's the reason, just to understand how each questions are. Next one, complete the following dialogue. Kumar meets Karan, a computer technician, to get his computer repaired. So in this main, that's a 28th main. 28th main, remember always you're supposed to focus. Your first few grammar portions, if you just focus on the last portion, they are mentioned about the language functions, on how to use different keywords. First example, Kumar has mentioned is Kumar, good morning sir. So good morning sir. And then the Karan's reply is that good morning. Please be seated. Please be seated. Or what is the problem with your computer? What is the problem with your computer? See over there. Just try to go through your first PUC grammar portions. It'll be a little more easy for you to crack this main, 28th main and 29th main. 29th main, fill in the blanks by choosing the appropriate expressions given in the bracket. Turn their backs, be hanged to and straight out. So here, the ministers, you're supposed to select this what is given in the bracket, just select it, and you're supposed to put according to the sentence, which is correctly according to the sentence. You're supposed to put it. For example, the ministers decided to tell the criminal straight out to run away. Straight out to run away. You wouldn't be using be hanged or turn their backs, and then they did so, but the criminal said that if he ran away, people would turn their backs. Just try to go please, I'm just repeating it once again. Please go through 10 to 12 question papers. It will be really easy for you to get connected to it. So make sure that you're just going to fill up basically according to the sentence. It's very easy for you guys. Trust me, you're going to get easily 2 marks. Even though we have 4 markers. Report speech is also very easy, 5 markers. And compared to all you, it's very easy for you to get entire 50 marks in the grammar. And please don't leave any grammar main. Please do attend every question. Even though you do not know any question, please do. If you do not know some of the questions, please don't ignore it. Just attend the questions. It may even happen that if there's a printing mistake in the question and board, it's possible that the what the PO board even declares by giving you a grace mark. So please do attend every question. Okay. Next one, 31. Fill in the blanks with the right form of linkers. So linkers, which is given in the bracket, put it according to the sentence which is given. Okay. And for example, he went to civilly the young man the young man took refuge in Don Gonzalo's house. He went to civilly and then came to Madrid. So we are using and then went to Madrid and then came to Madrid. He wrote letters to Laura, but they were intercepted by her parents. Then in despair he joined the army. At last he met a glorious death in the war. I'm just putting out the answer for all the blanks mean. So blank one. So it's very important for you guys to understand linkers and how these linkers are connected to the sentence. It's normal portion which you have already studied in your 5th or 6th grade. So that same concept is applied over here. Just whatever is given in the bracket, just you're supposed to put it in the sentence or paragraph, in this paragraph. Next one, it is believed that, okay, next one, read the following passage and make notes by drawing and filling the boxes given. Guys, I forgot to say one more thing. It's very important for you to understand that while writing an exam, so normally if they're mentioned in this type of question, you're supposed to write even the question and answer for the exam. Okay, so do not just write the answer directly and just keep it in your answer sheet, but make sure you write even the question. For example, if the question is about this entire concept, right? So now when you're writing it, make sure that you write it, he went to civilly dash, and then write the answer, then came to Madrid. If you want, you can chuck the line from the young man took refuge in Don Gonzalo's house. Just check out this line and make sure that you write it from he went to civilly dash, then came to Madrid. So make sure that you just write this entire line with the answer, underline it. So whenever invigilator, it's according to the PO board rule, you're supposed to write whenever it's not mentioned anything, you're supposed to write even the question and answer. Question and answer, I mean only for this type of grammar portions. Okay, do not write questions for other concept. For grammar portions, make sure at least you write the question which is related to that answer. Okay, your answer is there, right? And then came to Madrid. So make sure when you write, he went to civilly and then came to Madrid. He wrote letters to Laura. But they were intercepted by her parents. So make sure you write this answer by underline it, write the answer, and then complete the sentence. Similar way for other concepts too. It even includes for question number 29 and 30. Next one, read the following passage and make notes by drawing and filling the boxes given below. So guys, make sure that you don't love this main. Just trust me, this is one of the easiest grammar ever. It's like notes making, simple concept. Just read the para and then you're going to put the answer in this. It's really easy. Please go through different question papers. You guys will get a little more clear idea. Hope so in my next video I'll be just saying you how to tackle this mains. It's really easy, but please don't leave any of the grammar mains. Okay guys, next one, 32. Write 32nd question. Write a letter of application in response to the following advertisement which appeared in the Times of India dated on 15th. Okay, it's not that all this mentioned informations are given. Wanted receptionist. Qualification: any graduate with the knowledge of Computer and Fluency in English and Hindi. Apply within 10 days. The managing director, Bangla Group of Company, and he's Nagadevana Halli, Ring Road, Bangalore. So normally whenever they're asking for a letter writing, it is always advised for students to write letter writing only at the last. Why? Because you know that while writing a letter writing, it's very important for you to write the entire concept of letter, even though even you have to complete the resume. So it'll take more time. So guys, please do not attend letter first. Any students, first we advise them, do not write letter first. Why? Because letter can consume most of your time, so make sure you keep the letter at last. Okay guys, in my further videos I'll show you how to write a letter, a simple sample letter, and this same I'll just show you of same format. This format can be applied for all the letter concepts, so please don't leave this main letter, just write it last. Please don't write it first, just write this just write this last. Keep always this in your mind, letter writing you're going to write it last, because this is going to consume your most of it. If you're writing the letter first, you will be cut shorting with your grammar. That means that if you spend a lot of time in the letter, it is possible that you will be not able to write the other grammar mains, the last few grammar mains, which is very easy for you. You wouldn't be able to crack it. This is just for 5 markers. Make sure you write it last. Next one. 33rd question. Imagine that you have been elected as a college union leader, and you are supposed to address the gathering of students and lecturers to your college. Write a speech in about 100 words. So this is about writing speech. So 33rd question, just note down guys, you have choice of writing 2 questions. You may attend any one of the questions. Okay guys, you're going to attend any one of the questions. It is always advised for students attend the second one. Why? Because normally in the 33rd question, most of the concept is basically given directly in the question itself. For example, the following bar graph shows the pass percentage of boys and girls of government PU college, right? So basically make sure that when you're writing this, you can just directly mention the bar graph shows or represents the pass percentage of boys and girls of government PU college. What not is mentioned in the question directly, you may just put it in the answer sheet. It's like, make sure you just write at least half a page if possible, or make sure at least you cover up 7 to 8 lines. 7 to 8 lines. 7 to 8 lines. First of all, what and all is given in the question, just copy and paste it directly. First, what is mentioned over here, the bar graph, just write it as follows. The bar graph shows the pass percentage of boys and girls of government PU college in second PUC annual examination of April 2014. Then what and all data information is given, just write it directly. Okay, because every concept is mentioned, so it will be very easy for you to crack it. But this main is also easy. I'm not saying it's very tough. You can, if you are very well versed in English language, you can just write it. It's nothing but well versed in language. It's basically about how well easily you can just crack both the mains. So it's normally advised for all the students to attend this main, because every information is there in the first paragraph in this exact question, and remaining information you just take it and copy and paste it directly. Okay, next one. What do the understand words in the following extracts refers to? Guys, this is really easiest main. This one I can just give an example. My mother listens to bhajans in the kitchen while she prepares our food. Okay, my dog Vicky sits at the door of the kitchen and sniffs the aroma of it without his tongue sticking out. So first one, my mother listens to bhajan in the kitchen while she prepares our food. So normally she is given. So who is she over here? It's mother. So directly write this answer over here, mother, or you can just mention it, narrator's mother. Same concept applies for all this 4 questions. Okay, just take it directly, select which is there in the question, direct it directly, whether she is associated to which kind of person. It's mother over here. And for example, in the next question, it is related to food, and his, in this passage it is related to Vicky's dog. That is related to kitchen. Okay, so make sure that you attend this main. It's really easy guys. And next one, 35th question, you have to just rewrite the jumbled sentence. Rewriting the jumbled sentence is really easy. Forest the of beauty, joy is source and. So basically it's really understand that forest is the source of beauty and joy. This is really easy, easiest question, so just 1 marks. So guys, in this video I've just given you an overview of understanding about how to crack your exam. So for 1 to 12, I'm just giving a last conclusion. For 1 markers, all these 12 questions, make sure that you cover all the question papers, at least 12 question papers or 9 question papers. You will get a proper flow of understanding of one this particular question is related to which concept of that particular type of chapter. So please do go through question papers. So normally over 8 questions you're supposed to attend in your second main 8 questions, but they have given you 10 questions. 2 questions is basically an extra. It's your choice. If you have extra time you can attend it, or else you can just skip it out, but make sure you guys attend the poem is compulsory. And over here you can just, in 6 markers, 3 questions is given as choice, attend any one. I advise you guys personally, please do write poem is really easy over here. And in the 4th main, passage writing, please go through the questions first and then go through the passage. It'll be very easy for you guys to connect it to it. And next, prefix, it's an extra question. As I said you, it's uncover prefix, just know the prefix words. It's normal, easy in English words, so normally you have a fluency of speaking English, right? So this concept will be a little more easy for you to connect to it. And 25th question, just read the poem, answer it, and make sure you know your verbs. Reported speech, first PU portions, please go through your first PUC grammar portions. And then about your fill in the blanks using appropriate right form of bracket, which is given in the bracket, directly write it. Linkers, directly which is given in the bracket, which is given in the question, just put directly in the sentence. When you're writing the answer, I'm just reminding you guys once again, just write even the question plus answer. Read the following passage which makes notes by drawing and filling the boxes. Very easy, guys. Go through this concept first. It will be very easy for you guys to just connect to it fast. And then letter, please do write it last. Always advise letter to write last. And in the 33rd question, I'm advising you guys, both the questions are really easy, but in the second question, every concept is basically mentioned in the question itself. Just take it, absorb it, and just put it in the paper. And then 34th question, read the passage properly and then answer it. So in this question, just write directly the answer, okay? For example, 1, when you're writing the answer, she is mother. Just mention it directly. 35th question, just arrange it. So this is basically go through 10 to 12 question papers. If you just, in this English, if you want to score 100 marks or about 90 marks or 80 marks, according to expectation, just trust me, go through 10 to 12 question papers. In this last moment, for example, if you're 12 days before the exam, even 30 days before the exam, just go through the question papers. It is really advised for you guys to go through each and every question papers. Why? Because you'll just get a proper flow of understanding which questions are related to which chapter, plus you'll be understanding that chapter's indirect way summary also, because if you're understanding the summary of that particular chapter, just paste it. If you do not know exact concept which is related to this particular type of question, or Romeo glorifies Juliet beauty, if you do not know, but if you know the proper summary, just write it. Make sure you attend every question. Why? Because English is a language where you can get nice marks always. So some exception cases, they wouldn't give you 100 marks, but it's possible for you to get about 98 or 95. So make sure you just practice 12 question papers, go through every summaries. It'll be very easy for you guys to connect it. Hope you guys enjoyed in this video. See you in my next video. So in my next video, I'll be just basically mainly focusing on how to crack each different mains. I'll be giving more tricks on that. Hope to see you in my next video. Love you all so much. Wishing you the most and more day. Thank you so much. Wishing you the most and more day. Love you all so much. Goodbye. And if you do like this video, please do like it, subscribe it, and please do share it, so we can imbibe the knowledge which is basically shared, can ignite the source of knowledge within yourself and others. That's it. Goodbye, guys.